I just want to say God bless you. Thank you so much for taking time out to talk to me, man. Like, I'm addicted to the game. Like, you really don't understand right now. It's crazy. Like, seriously.
I understand. Thank you for making time to talk to me. Dude, I was lying in bed last night, and my son had already fallen asleep, and I was still playing the game, so I know how it is.
Exactly, yo, it's crazy addictive, man. Now, we gonna get right into it, man. Like, seriously, I'm gonna tell you, man, straight up, you guys got everybody going crazy, man. Like, to my knowledge, you're number one on the App Store right now, and you only been out for a day. That's incredible. Like, how you feel about the reception, to Plants vs. Zombies Part 2, man?
I gotta tell you, I'm super happy. Like, the team could not be happier, right? I mean, every time you want to send something out in the world and you wait for people to see it. Like, we all knew, thought the game was good and we really liked it, and one of the things I think you think about the game and you play it, and I hope you see like how much the team loved it. But you never know. It's like you have a party and you're waiting at 7:59. People are supposed to be over at 8, and you want them to show up, right? And you don't know. And when the first group of people come in, you're like, oh, it's gonna go okay. And we're super relieved. We're super happy. We're psyched to be able to talk to the world about it. So we're just happy that you guys can play it.
Yeah, definitely, man. I'm gonna tell you, man. My homegirl Carissa Rosario, like, big shout out to her. She is a supermodel, international actress, and she loves the game. I actually had her on a brand new show that I can't speak of yet, but something major on a major media outlet that I'm the host of. So listen, man, when you got models like going crazy, international ones at that, Maxim GQ status, dog, you doing something right, man. Like seriously, man.
Yeah, if I knew that this could get me to talk to models, I would have done this a long time ago.
Yo, I'm telling you, man. Yo, I'm dead up. Like, I'll send you her Twitter, man, and like she would go crazy over you just knowing that you created something that makes her go crazy. Like, seriously. So, but overall, what I want to talk to you about first is, the success of mobile gaming and you guys being at the forefront of it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yep.
10, 15 years ago in the game industry, things is different. You know what I'm saying? Now in this day and age with YouTube, social media, you know what I'm saying? It created a brand new platform. Like, what was your outlook on how you wanted to attack, the mobile game industry, and also how you wanted to open the market up to new things, to certain people that may not have been game players?
So, the big thing that's changed is, I grew up playing console games. I'd pay $60 a pop, and sometimes I'd be happy, and sometimes I'd be sad.
Right.
And the thing that really lets people experience the game is that mobile games has allowed us to do a free-to-play model, right? So you can play the game for free, and you can buy little things in the game if you want to.
Yeah.
And the thing that allows us to do is to reach, like, 10, 50 times more players. So more people can play the game. And I grew up like a game nerd, and we'd be playing our games, and people make fun of us, and we like, one day, man, if people knew how great games were, everybody's gonna play games like people go to movies or buy albums or read books. Like, everyone's gonna play, and free to play allows people to do that. So that's how we approached it. Is we wanted to build a free to play model. The thing that we did differently, I would say, from a lot of folks, is we don't penalize the player. We never make the player feel like we're turning screws on them, right? We play plenty of free-to-play games where you're like, oh, you can't play anymore because you got to spend some money or you wait 10 minutes. Like, you're capitalizing on people's frustration. And PopCap, first of all, we can never get away with that because PopCap has a reputation of really delivering kind of, joy to players.
Right.
So our games are very much, we have a free-to-play model, but you can still play this game for free if you want, right? You can play like 95% of the content you're going to see. You don't have to spend any money. And even when you don't spend money and you gotta go collect stars or finish star challenges for levels, each of those challenges are different, right? They're different ways of playing. We don't make you sit there and like tap the same shit over and over again.
Yeah.
So we want to do free to play what we think is the right way, like the PopCap way. And by doing that, we reach so many more people. And Plants vs. Zombies is like, you could be like hardcore Call of Duty dude, or you could be, Angry Birds playing kid, and and it'll appeal to everybody. So it's the right game to do it. It's the right business model for this game.
I think it's amazing too. And the moment like people say free, like their antennas go up. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're like, wait, what is this? It looks cool and I can play it now? Let's do it. So now here's something that a lot of people that don't know a lot about the game industry from a business standpoint and how it works and how you make money. I'm talking about everybody, like from the music industry that's suffering, from a lot of areas. They trying to figure out how they can adopt, you know, this free to play model the right way, like how you guys have done it. So if you could give this information out, but like what's the investment, like what's the return on investment from having a game be free to play, so successful, and you know, even though there's little things you can't buy within the game, you still giving them access even without buying. So people would be like, well, is it just advertising? Like how does this work? So I would love for you to kind of explain in detail, if you can, how does the business model work so that makes you guys so successful and to be continuously bringing out these type of games at this high level?
Well, so what I think is, you know, the free-to-play model works like this: is you play the game, and at some point you can buy something that enhances your experience, right? Like maybe it's a different plant, maybe you can unlock a level right away instead of having to get stars. And you can either, you know, if you're a young kid, if you're 12 or 13, you're playing this game, and they're 14 years old, and you don't have money, you're like, all right, I'm just gonna go. I got some time. I'm gonna go grind through that, and I'm gonna get some stars and unlock the world. You can do that. If you're a little older, you have a little more money, or you bug your parents. You're bugging your parents. You can, or you're adult and you want to unlock a world. You can just, I'm gonna pay a couple bucks. I'm gonna unlock the world. So this is like the mechanics of how it works. But the thing that I think, you know, and maybe record labels don't remember this, but PopCap, certainly it's in our bones, right? Is the game has to be good, right? You can't strap on some monetization system to a crappy game and hope it's going to make money. The game has to be good. People are going to care about the quality, right? Yeah. You remember the old superhero movies that were kind of crappy because like the director wasn't good and they obviously spent all the money on special effects. It wasn't until like the first X-Men movie where you put on a good director.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. Oh wow.
Right? Like it's still gotta be. I mean, I gotta believe this, Charles. I'm not gonna show up for work the next day. Is the quality of the game is gotta be the first thing. If you don't have a good game, it doesn't matter what you do. You're not gonna make money off of it. And that's certainly what we believe.
That's true. So to me, it seems like you guys put your money where your mouth is in terms of your development skill. It's like you allow your development skill to speak for itself, and because you guys are gamers, you know what gamers want, and you know how to reach more. So you put your return on investment is based off how good you are, and obviously we see how good you are. That's why you guys are so successful. That's crazy right there, and that actually brings me to another question. What's your background? You know what I'm saying? Like, and not just on, you know, mobile gaming, but gaming overall. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, I want to know, have you worked on, like, console games? Like, what other games have you worked on that helped you, like, figure out that Plants vs. Zombies could be a hit like it is?
So, I worked on a bunch of games. I worked on a game called EverQuest.
EverQuest?
Yeah, so that was pretty intense. I worked at Atari for a while, so I worked on a game called Test Drive Unlimited, and
Test Drive Unlimited. Okay, I remember that.
Yeah, and a game called Mark Echo's Getting Up, which is like a graffiti.
Game. Dude, wait, hold on, stop. You worked on Mark Echo's Getting It Up?
Yeah.
Yo, dude, I wish I could email you or give you a hug or something right now, son. Like, yo, that is crazy. I used to play that game, son, on PS2. Yo.
Yeah, I worked on that, and I wish more people bought that game because it was a really good game, but it came out near the end of the PS2, and it was a new thing,
but it was so dope because like
that game.
It was so dope because when you did the graffiti, it's like after you do it, it's like the way it comes together. It's like it's like a power, so to speak. Like, oh my god, that's yo.
Yeah, it was cool. I still have the little like Mark Echo sweatshirt I got, and it was the hoodie that he gave out to the team, and it was cool. I worked a very little bit on Rock Band.
Okay.
which I thought was really great. And I worked on some Facebook games. I worked at Bungie. The guys did Halo, and they're doing Destiny.
Okay.
So I worked on some console stuff. I worked on PC stuff. I worked on some mobile stuff. So I've done a lot of that. And I was a computer nerd as a kid, right? I listen to music and program my computer and too scared to chase girls.
Well, I think they chasing you down, man. Word up.
But yeah, so I've always been a computer game. I've been a computer geek for a long time, and it's funny you talk about music. I used to be a music lawyer a long, long time ago. And
Really?
And the one thing I learned about music is that if you're a fan of music, like don't go into the business, like just consume it and enjoy it, because it's a tough business to be in. It's a tough business right now. Like they're trying to make money, and it's a hard thing. But
yeah, it's very hard.
Games have always been my number one passion. Like I love it, and just the chance to make games is like a dream come true.
Yeah, I mean it is a dream come true. Now what I want to ask you is this: when we was at E3, right, and EA's conference was incredible, and one of the biggest surprises, Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare. Now, what I want to know is, do you have anything to do with that? Are you bringing your talent to that actual game as well? Is there anything you can tell us about that a little bit more than what we know?